Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Gabi's broken leg. Ava dumps Harris. Stefan raises the alarm. Chad. Stefan Demera was enraged when Gabi Hernandez Demera shattered her leg behind prison, according to Days of Our Lives. The official narrative was that Gabi had fallen, but Stefan suspected that Clyde Weston had ordered this as a warning. Clyde was evidently upset about a faulty shipment, so this was his way of retaliating. Stefan also urged Ava to let Harris Michaels go because he, too, could be in danger. When Harris arrived, he informed Ava about being drunk with Stephanie Johnson and Jada Hunter. Harris admitted that he drove Stephanie back to his house so she could sleep. Harris also admitted to kissing Stephanie, but he told Ava that it was insignificant and that he was sorry. Ava and Harris hadn't discussed being exclusive, but Harris said it felt wrong. Harris assumed Ava would accept his apologies, but she startled him by refusing. Ava pretended that the whole situation gave her a dreadful feeling and that in the past, ignoring that awful feeling had led her down a dangerous path. Ava stated she couldn't risk her mental health, so she announced the end of their romance and asked Harris to leave. Ava grieved when Harris left because she had to push him away for his own good. Stephanie tried to talk about Christmas shopping with Alex Kyriakis and Chad Demera in the town plaza on Day's episode. Stephanie decided she wasn't hungry when Everett Lynch returned and stated his reservation for them at the bistro, so she went to the park. Everett caught up with Stephanie and shared a pastry with her, giving them the opportunity to discuss where things stood between them. Stephanie confirmed her split from Chad, but she wasn't ready to rush into another relationship and needed a break from dating. Everett swore not to put any pressure on Stephanie and insisted on simply being her friend. Because Stephanie wasn't available, Everett implied that he didn't desire anybody else romantically, which indicated he was also taking a break from relationships. Stephanie realized she needed to stop being codependent and thought about the goals she'd set for herself, such as having a home and a family. Although Stephanie knew women who were content to have children in their 40s, she desired to be a young mother and appeared to be aware that the biological clock was ticking. Stephanie, Everett believed, had time and that her ambitions were realistic. Back on the DOL program with Chad, he discovered Stefan drinking at the pub. Chad attempted to elicit information from Stefan, who mentioned Gabi's prison injury without elaborating on who was responsible. Chad pressed Stefan for information after admitting his split with Stephanie. After Stefan hinted that Clyde was the reason Gabi was in danger, Chad threw a glass in frustration and demanded answers. Stefan stated a few things that irritated Clyde, but he declined to elaborate and pretended he'd already revealed too much. When Stefan returned to the bistro, he discovered Ava drinking and learnt she'd just kicked Harris out of her life. Brady Black overheard Teresa Donovan making a strange phone call outside the pub in a Days episode. Teresa shared it with Constantine Meliunis, but she hid it by pretending it was a spam call. Teresa also yelled at Brady for bothering her and made disparaging remarks about all the women he'd dated while she was raising Tate Black, Jamie Martin man. Brady got into another confrontation with Teresa at the Titan office about his lack of trust, but she eventually attempted a softer approach and convinced him that everything was all right. Brady later urged Alex not to screw Teresa because she was frail and could relapse. Alex made it apparent that Teresa was doing well and that Brady should simply concentrate on getting along with her at Titan. When Abe Carver went by Paulina Price's house with cookies, she tried to hide her tiredness. Abe also assisted Paulina in preparing a mayoral speech for her podcast, so when she read the finished product, he agreed it was beautiful and hugged her. When Teresa was alone on Days, she received a phone call from Andrew Donovan, who informed her that he was in Salem. Andrew asked Teresa if she'd meet him in the park, so they made plans to meet there. According to Days of Our Lives, Andrew is about to put Teresa in a bind. Stephanie faced with exes, Harris apologizes, Stefan rants, and Paulina conceals her illness. According to Days of Our Lives, Stephanie Johnson just put out one fire before encountering 3 more before returning home. Harris Michaels expresses regret to Ava Vitali. Stefan Demera goes on a rage about Gabi Demera being attacked. Abe Carver is suspicious about Paulina Price's illness. Stephanie Johnson's Nightmare Before Christmas Days of Our Lives indicate that Stephanie has just met with Harris, who assures her that they did not sleep together, only to run into 3 of her exes before she can get home to deal with her hangover. Stephanie and Chad DeMera had just broken up when Harris contacted and asked her to meet with him. Stephanie is immediately followed by Alex Kyriakis, Chad, and Everett Lynch after meeting with Harris. Of course, Alex is now in a relationship with Teresa Donovan, Emily O'Brien. Chad has just returned after a pep talk with Paulina, and as usual, Everett is up to his old tricks, but Stephanie hasn't picked up on it yet. DOL Harrison Michael's sincere apologies. Stephanie spent the night with Harris at his house. There was nothing between these two, but Ava is a very jealous woman. Ava also attempted to murder her mother, according to Stephanie. Stephanie clearly has reason to be concerned about Ava. Is Harris making Stephanie a target by telling Ava what occurred between them? Stefan will charge in like a raging bull after learning that Gabi has been attacked in prison, which will astonish Ava even more. DOL Stephanie faced with exes, Harris apologizes, Stefan rants, and Paulina conceals her illness. Clyde Weston is meant to be defending her, but Stefan suspects he is the one behind the attack. What will Stefan do to retaliate against Clyde for causing Gabi's injury? Our Daily Lives Brady Black and Alex Kyriakis have a conversation. Brady Black will also speak with Alex. Alex is seeing Teresa, and Brady has warned him about her several times. Is Brady once again warning Alex that Teresa is up to something? Brady almost overheard Teresa talking on the phone with Constantine Melianis. Will Brady inform Alex about what's going on with Teresa? Paulina appears to be deteriorating by the day, and no one has noticed except Chanel Dupree. Paulina is attempting to conceal this information from Abe, but spoilers indicate that she may wind up in the hospital shortly. Will Abe finally learn the truth? Could Paulina's condition bring back memories for Abe? Are Paulina's days numbered, or will her condition aid in the reactivation of Abe's memory? Paulina Price may be dealing with an unknown disease in the next days and weeks, according to Days of Our Lives. Should fans prepare for a goodbye as she desperately tries to hide this from those closest to her, or may this lead to a breakthrough for Abe Carver? Our Daily Lives Paulina and Abe deserve happiness. According to Days teasers, Abe and Paulina have had nothing but trouble this year. Talia Hunter and her partner Colin Bedford stalking Abe, his coma and amnesia, his kidnapping by Nurse Whitley, Kim Coles, and the fact that he still hasn't regained his entire recollection. They've had some difficult moments. Despite the fact that Carver still doesn't remember everything, especially the love they shared, it's good to see some sparks ignite between the two recently. They certainly deserve to be happy, but things could get worse before they get better. Our Daily Lives Are Paulina's days numbered, or will her condition aid in the reactivation of Abe's memory? Paulina keeps a secret Days. Days suggest that Paulina will maintain a secret from both Abe and Chanel Dupree, and more teasers suggest that Paulina will become unwell. Could this indicate that an escape is imminent? While Ms. Price has established a fixture in Salem, soap operas are a moving target. Still, there's a considerable probability that Abe will stay by Paulina's side as she struggles in the next days, weeks, and months. The increased amount of time they spend together may set off a chain reaction. It could lead to the joyful conclusion that most fans desire, Abe finally regaining his memory and properly reuniting with Paulina. Is this the end of the Paulina Price persona, or will her illness jog Abe Carver's memory? Leave a comment in the section below.